If you've ever felt a little bit lost in your music production journey, you're definitely not alone. Many producers and artists struggle to find their own unique voice and sound, especially at first. I could tell you what helped me, and I think it'll help you too. My name is Doug Beck. I'm a producer, composer, mixer with far too many years of experience than I'd care to admit. There's a link down below in the comments if you'd like to check out my credits. But today we're exploring ways to find your sound as a music producer. This is really important because the music industry is more competitive now than ever. You need to stand out. And that starts with discovering what makes your music uniquely yours. Many producers, especially those just starting out, and even some seasoned ones, face this very challenge. You scroll through social media, there's a million different styles, trends, and genres that'll make your head spin. It's really easy to get overwhelmed and confused and feel like you have to fit into one of these neat little boxes that are popular or trending at the moment. But here's the real truth: trying to copy or mimic others will dilute your personal sound and creativity. You may end up producing music that sounds good, but doesn't feel original to you. So, what do? I'll tell you exactly what I did. First off, experimenting with different genres is key. Don't be afraid to step outside of your usual music comfort zone. Try blending and mixing elements from different styles you wouldn't usually. This is how you stumble upon interesting combinations and unique ideas. My very first EP, a 4-track instrumental 12-inch called Laps that I made in my tiny little apartment in New York City, is a pretty good example of exactly what I'm talking about. In that place and in that time, I was making music that I wanted to hear for myself. It was a combination of electronic elements I found exciting at the time, with the emergence of techno, house, and other electronic music genres, coupled with strong melodic keyboard melodies that I enjoyed playing solo on the piano. The end result was fairly unique for its time, and that single release led to some good reviews, and thus my remixing some of the biggest artists in the world. In that tiny little Hell's Kitchen apartment, I was making music that was honest and that I liked, and I wasn't worried about copying or sounding like anybody else. That is exactly what made me stand out and get noticed, bringing me the opportunities of that time. Tip 2, collaboration. Working with other artists can open your eyes to new sounds and techniques you might not have considered. It's also a great way to bounce ideas around and get feedback from someone else. Early on in my career, I partnered with an up-and-coming New York City DJ named DJ Boris. My knowledge of music theory and production, coupled with his knowledge of dance and electronic music, made for a really great combination. Over our 7-year partnership, we remixed dozens of major label artists, released several of our own records, and saw many of our productions chart on the Billboard dance charts. It never would have happened without that collaboration and our unique mix of skills. Later on in my career, when I relocated to Los Angeles, I started working with composer Doug DeAngelis. This led to a 10-year partnership working on and scoring dozens of television shows and projects together. Collaboration can be one of the most important things you do as a producer or an artist. Tip number 3. Embracing imperfections can lead to some studio magic. Little quirks and flaws in your productions might just be what makes them stand out. Don't shy away from them. Instead, lean into these mistakes. Maybe you hit a wrong note, a beat didn't sync up quite right. Instead of scrapping it, see if it adds character to your track. Your unique sound is often found in those places where you let go of perfection and just let your creativity flow. There are so many examples of artists making a mistake that would end up partially defining their sound. The drum machine intro to one of New Order's biggest hits, Blue Monday, is a prime example of this. That was a complete mistake. I can't tell you how many times I flubbed a synth line or the wrong sound was accidentally being called up, and it led to something really interesting. Don't overanalyze everything. Part of the fun of making music and producing tracks is the happy accidents. Tip number 4. Sorry to say this, but stacking a bunch of splice loops together does not make you a producer. Do not get sucked into this lazy way of producing music. But just stacking someone else's commercially available loops together just sets you up to sound like the thousands of other subscribers on those sites. Make your own samples. Use VST instruments, real musicians to make your own loops. That is where you will find your unique sound. Tip number 5. Don't forget about analyzing your influences. Listen to artists that inspire you. What elements do you love about their sound? Break it down and see how you can incorporate some of those elements into your work while still keeping it true to you and not being a copycat. Remember, every great artist has been inspired by another great artist. Tip number 6, make music as often as you can. The more you make music, the better you will get, and the sooner you will find your own unique sound. Be prolific. There's no better way to get better. This last tip is the most important of all. Make sure you have fun. Making music is supposed to be fun. That's why we all got into it, right? Thanks for checking this out. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, maybe leave me a comment, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, be good and make music.